Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Origins of Expressions. Today, we'll be going over the phrases piece of cake, a smart cookie, as nutty as a fruitcake. What do they all have in common? They're all phrases and idioms around desserts. Let's dig right in and start this video. Ah, desserts, the sweet conclusion to dinner, a treat that we all look forward to. Desserts have the power to turn even a simple day into a celebration. The appealing dessert can easily blend into any occasion and let people enjoy every bit of them. Whether you are having a house party, going through a tough time in life, or getting a midnight hunger pain, delectable desserts are the answer for every situation. Desserts have a way to lift our spirits, improve mood, and relieve anxiety. Because desserts have created such an impact on our lives, it is no surprise that we have idioms around this sugary treat. Let's not wait and dive right into our first sweet phrase. Piece of cake. Piece of cake means a straightforward task that can easily be accomplished. An easy chore, a no-hassle task. Ah, piece of cake. There's another expression similar to this one that goes as easy as pie, but that's another video. Both these sayings, however, have identical meanings. They express ease. But why? It probably doesn't have to do with the cooking part of these desserts, because baking a cake or a pie requires a fair bit of work. First, you have to buy all the ingredients, then you have to make it by mixing all the necessary parts together, then it has to be made up and put in the oven, and you have to wait for it to cook. Okay, it's not exactly difficult, but I wouldn't say it's easy either. I am not so sure the origin of this idiom comes from baking of the cake. However, eating the cake once it's finished cooking, now that is a different story that is way easier. Eating a piece of cake is easy because, well, it's delicious. This phrase goes back to 1930s, where the earliest citation of it that I can find is from the American poet and humorist Ogden Nash. In Primrose Path in 1936, it reads, "Her picture's in the paper now, and life's a piece of cake." Today, we still use piece of cake to express that a task will be easy, with no effort. An example sentence is, "Putting this puzzle together is a piece of cake. I prefer when they're a bit more challenging." Let's let them continue as we move into our next phrase. A smart cookie. A smart cookie refers to someone who is smart, intelligent, clever, and consistently makes the right decision. When you refer to someone as a smart cookie, they always have a good idea. What a smart cookie. Okay, are you asking where did the cookie reference come from? Because if you are like me, I haven't seen a cookie take an IQ test. Well, it comes from the 1920s, when attractive women were usually referred to as cookies, because cookies always looked delicious and had a great taste when eaten. It was used as a form of affection and a compliment to women. After a decade or more, the term cookie became associated with the adjective smart. After a while, people started regarding attractive women who were also intelligent as smart cookies. Over time, the idiom became very popular and was no longer related to women alone, but to all genders. And it was especially noted for children. In England, they also have a saying around this called a clever biscuit. Today, we still use the phrase to express someone is smart and clever, someone who comes up with great ideas when no one else can. An example sentence is, "Jessica might be a smart cookie in many things, but she is terrible with math." Well, it looks like they have some studying to do. Let's leave them and make our way to our next phrase. As nutty as a fruitcake. As nutty as a fruitcake means crazy or wacky, usually used humorously. "Oh, you're as nutty as a fruitcake." This phrase has changed over time. Based on different dictionary findings, the term nuts, meaning crazy, has been around for a while. In 1846, it was used as to be off one's nut, which meant to be insane. In 1898, the slang nutty was used to mean crazy. The phrase "as nutty as a fruitcake," which literally contains nuts as well as fruit, was first recorded in 1935. We put nuts and fruitcake together as a way to express how crazy someone is. Are they a little nutty or really nutty, like a fruitcake? Now, this might not make sense. It is a fruit cake. Well, the older style of fruitcake is a bit different than what we see today. It was made with dried fruits and lots of nuts, and was typically on the drier side, with no sweet, sugary frosting or add-ons to be found. So, if you're as nutty as a fruitcake, you're really crazy. As time went on, the phrase got shortened to just fruitcake and became the new slang to call someone crazy. You fruitcake. Today, we still see the term as nutty as a fruitcake being used, quite often to explain children acting weird and kooky. We do not use it so much on adults. An example sentence is, the kids are always nutty as fruitcakes when they've had something sugary to eat. Well, they're having fun. Let's not interrupt them as we move on. Ooh, fun fact. Did you know that desserts did not start out the way we know them today? Yep, that's right. The word dessert comes from the French verb, meaning to clear the table. When desserts first appeared as part of our eating ritual, it was to allow the tables to be cleared for the after-dinner activities. Sweet meats and spiced wines were consumed standing up, away from the table. When sugar first came to England in the 12th century, it was primarily used as a spice and as medicine. Sugar was so important in the medicinal practices of the past that the saying, like an apothecary without sugar, meant a state of utter desolation. Sugar was used for everything from aiding digestion to preserving the body. It was believed that if sugar could preserve fruit, it could also protect humans. As time went on, we learned some new things about sugar and started to use it as a sweet confectionery treat and not medicine. It was used in desserts at celebrations and feasts. One of the most interesting is in 1840. Queen Victoria's wedding cake was a single-tiered fruit cake that weighed over 21 stones, or 294 pounds. It had the busts of the couple on top and was covered in pure white icing. Victoria's choice of white cake sparked the trend for white wedding cakes and the term royal icing. Ah, I love desserts. Well, that's the information that I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed learning about the origins of our idioms and phrases. I would love to have you subscribe if you did. It's a piece of cake to subscribe. Just click the button. It's quick and easy, and I would really appreciate it. Oh yeah, quick question before you go. Do you know any idioms or phrases around desserts? Maybe you know another idiom or phrase on an entirely different subject. I would love to see them. Leave them in the comments below. And if I use one of your phrases, I'll give you a shout out. Thank you again for watching and subscribing. I really appreciate your support. Until next time, bye.